Fellas, man, this has been pretty eventful with this truck, but I haven't been keeping you guys up to speed on it. There's the mileage, 555 miles. Yeah, this thing to the new guys. Yep, this thing has 500,000. Anyways, I've had an issue. I never made a video about it to follow up. I've been really busy. This wonderful piece of art, as you can tell, it's really new. The grommet part of it ripped on the bottom, caught onto my fan, and destroyed my radiator. I need to get going here, so I'll bring you along. I'll be driving and talking about this incident, and I'll be talking about the future. So, as I told you guys, I'll keep you to my regulars. I'll keep you all updated. So here we go. Kind of struggling, but anyways. When I was making that video climbing the hill, no, I wasn't climbing the hill with the video. I made that video hauling the backhoe. 5 minutes after that video, I was climbing the steep hill that I talked about in the video, and it seems like it sucked in and collapsed the grommet I just pointed under the hood. Yeah, let's fix this camera. And yeah, caught onto the fan blade, and voila, my hood did one up. Yeah, that's a lot of got pretty graphic in my mind. Like, all right, what could grenade so hard? Let's see, intercooler boot. I'm like, no, still pulling. I'm like, I see steam, must be the radiator, the hose for the radiator. When I parked, by that time you got a million ideas running through your mind, but anyways, I parked, looked underneath, and it was just spewing coolant. The fan created 2 holes in the radiator, and that was that. What does Paul do? He makes it down to 104 for the locals. On 84, there's the exit 104. Biggs Junction, that's what it's called. And I mean, I'm just pissing, just good old. I'm like, all right, bud, you got 2 options. Either you call in and get yourself a service truck to come out here and fix it, which that's not going to happen. They're not going to change the radiator on the side of the road. One of my guys could come out. It's going to be about midnight. So what I decide, I said, all right, I'm going to test this thing. I'm going to put 2 gallons of coolant, top off the reservoir, whatever. Thing's pissing. I kind of pressed on it to collapse the tubes a little bit. I think that helped. And then I thought about it the following night, laying in bed. I wonder if I took needle nose pliers and just fold up the line there. I think that would have been a good idea for you guys out there that ever grenade a radiator, like one of the lines rip on you. Try it, let me know, because I think that's what I would have, thinking about it now, that's what I would have done. So the radiator has those crossover tubes, whatever you want to call them, and then you have the actual fins in between them. Well, the fins, heck with them, they're just fins. You yank them out, but those, then you're tube. Anyways, so I did my test. I did a gallon every 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, so I loaded up on water. Yes, sir, water. I got 7 gallons with me. So I'm like, that should last me about an hour to make it to my drop, and then, get some water from there. And, go back for an hour, refill another hour. So that's how I did it. That's how I recovered from that one. The reason I'm kind of making this video in a rush, because today's Friday. Come Monday, there's going to be 2 things done. So tonight they're going to put a new crank position sensor, because this thing just idles. It's not rough, it just hits hard, on idle. It's not 1 cylinder, it seems like a few cylinders, and I don't like it. It doesn't make noise, it doesn't clack, you don't see any going out the exhaust, but I just don't like it. I'm used to a 6.7 idling very smooth, and I don't like that hit. So I'm gonna try an my guys put in an aftermarket crank positioning sensor, which I'm not happy about. I didn't know about it. This was a couple years ago. I bought an OEM Cummins one. They're gonna put in. I'm gonna test it for an hour or 2, see how I like it, and then after that, this thing's gonna get quite a bit of work done. So I went with 30 over injectors. Yes, this thing has 500,000 on original injectors. I suspect the idle issue that I have is from way back in the day when I was testing different fuels. I'll just leave it at that. I had this crazy idea. It worked, but it was very labor intensive, so let's leave it there. So I clogged up the filters on 2 occasions, like in first fuel up on one of them, and the second I think I was on the third fuel up and I clogged them up again. So those injectors had a rough life, and if these injectors lasted 500,000, we are golden, sir. The rest of the ones are gonna last. I'll make another video about injectors because I've kind of seen couple telltale signs roughly how long the injectors are gonna last on a pickup truck. Directly, surprise, right? Directly correlation with your fuel filter change interval. So watch out for that video. I'll make one soon. So this truck's getting new injectors, 30% over. I did put a lift pump in this truck. Part of the equation when I grenaded my radiator, I got a new fan, new shroud. I think they did some preventative maintenance, did a couple of hoses. They saw kind of, they still look original, so you know that stuff snaps, rips. So anyways, but they also had an issue with the electrical on the backside of this truck. The electrical around the fuel tank just was leaning up against the bed towards itself, a new one in literal form. I wish I might have pictures, but I better make a video about that one because a lot of you guys out there with high milers, you gotta watch out for that issue because they threw all my guys in for a loop and it's just kind of hidden area. So the guys fit that, but while they're working on that, they had to drop the fuel tank, and while the fuel tank was off, I went with the Delphi lift pump in the tank. I was gonna go with I think they're called Flow Pro by Fast, I believe. I was gonna go with them, but I was in the situation. I'm like, whatever. Just put the factory one in and wing it. If, you know, because I knew I was getting the 30. Because I already ordered at that point 30 over injectors. So hopefully the lift pump, you know, hangs out, does what it needs to do. Worst case scenario, we'll drop the fuel tank again and put a fast pump in there. Here, let me lower the camera so the state trooper doesn't come out and ask me a million questions. But anyways, guys, just get this camera off real quick. Oh, I did. Actuator. That's one thing I never spoke about. When they're under the hood, I didn't like the way the actuator on high idle, the way it closed the vanes on high idle. You know that position, the very beginning side of things where it just kind of vaguely needs to close the vanes. So all you guys like the whistle, but that's like entry point of the vanes, kind of that specific range. It kind of fluctuated, you know, no struggling. Sometimes overdid it, kind of bog down the engine. So the whole idea is to slightly choke out the engine so it heats up quicker, but that actuator just wasn't cutting the mustard, if we could call it that. Never had a code for it, but I knew it was on its way out. You know, they kind of go out in different ways. But anyways, when it comes to actuators, guys, stick to OEM. Cummins is the only way to go. I've tried the whole self-tuning thing. It just didn't work out for me. Maybe others have better experience. I have a buddy that deals with Rams as well, and he says he's had good experience. I don't know. More power to him. Cummins last me, you know, this last one that I just pulled out was 200,000, but they typically do 300,000. I bet you money if I would have left that actuator in there, it would have been perfectly fine, considering the fact this truck gets started and ran for weeks. Well, when my drivers had it. And, you know, it's rarely ever in that position that it was struggling to work in. Because it boosted well, exhaust braked well. You know, kind of overdid the exhaust brake in my honest opinion. That very little bit, you know, on low RPM. And just that section of it just wasn't perfect, and I never threw a check engine light for it. So, anyway, so now the exhaust brake is as strong, but as you're getting low RPM, it's, you know, it's adapting properly. And anyways, I lost my train of thought. I was going to talk about something else before I wrap up this video. So we talked about the plans for this truck. That's what it is. So we're doing injectors. I'm going to throw a step on the rear bumper. I have one of those in the shed. I'm getting old, guys. missed my step from my Mega Cab. I'm gonna throw the Mega Cab airbags on this thing. The Mega Cab had the 7500 bags. They're like bigger Firestone bags. This thing has, I think it has the Goodyears, if I'm not mistaken. They make your truck sit taller when you inflate them. Kind of holds it up at a higher range, but it doesn't have the softness, or should I say the flexibility. But yeah, hopefully that helps you. And that's my next chapter, you know. This is why I was in a hurry to make this video, because in a couple of business days, this thing's going to be, you know, way down the line, and it's not going to be very accurate, you know. I want you guys to feel this and then feel that. As far as the actuator goes, guys, I didn't notice any gas mileage improvement or anything like that, because for some reason a lot of guys ask that question. My gas mileage up or down? What's going to happen? What's going to happen is you're not going to get the check engine light. Well, I wasn't getting it, but you know, your vehicle's going to be operating properly. Another thing about these injectors that I suspect, obviously I was towing with this truck, and the gas mileage just isn't there, you know. It's just not where it's supposed to be. What I did on that run, my memory serves me well. That should have been a solid 12.5, 13 mile to a gallon run, you know, and I'm at 10. It was a run. It wasn't like putting around town hauling stuff. It was, you know, on the highway. Part of it was hauling that backhoe, and the other part was, obviously I drove back empty. You know, just stuff like that. So another telltale sign most people should know is your gas mileage with kind of worn out injectors. This truck, man, I should have showed you how it idles. It idles clean. It accelerates clean. As far as that goes, that's another telltale sign you got weak injectors, but not this one. She runs real clean. You know, no issue with power whatsoever. Like, I'm not complaining about power. And the gas mileage aspect thing, typically two telltale signs. Your gas mileage will get better because the thing doesn't open up, you know, as much fuel as it should and all that shebang. My gas mileage isn't that great. And then the next thing is they get smoky and laggy. Not the case with this truck. So I want to put this on video and record it and share it with you guys. So hopefully, you know, we can all learn from this. That's the whole point of my videos. So I share it with you guys, and we can all be on the same page. Anyways, fellas, I absolutely love this diesel. Just for the future, just so you all could be like, well, how long is he going to be driving it for? If you're new to the channel, I got quite a few of these units, and this is my first truck I bought myself that was brand new. It has a special place in my heart. Hopefully I can stick to it. You know, like, I never want to sell this truck. And it's such a nice truck. I never really showed it, but this thing's nice. You know, it's a limited, well done, good quality stuff. You know, this steering wheel has a lot of miles on it. It's kind of tore up there, but it's not bad for 500. The guy was telling me on Craigslist, because I'm on a hunt for a really clean one, right? The guy's telling me, yeah, I got a steering wheel's in good condition. Man, that thing is like far gone compared to mine. Mine's in good condition, and he only had 220 on that truck that it came out of, and it was a 1500. That really stood out to me. I'm like, a 1500 with that condition? That don't sound right. It don't look right. Someone's trying to pull my leg here. Anyways, boys, I kind of made it a longer drive just so I could finish this video and share it with you guys. Please let me know in the comment section about this 2014 OG Limited, what you guys want to see and hear about it. What I was going to tell you about a minute ago, like, hey, I'm going to keep this truck, personally drive it for at least a year to two. This is my tow rig. I kind of bought myself a fun rig. We'll see. It's not a diesel, so that's why I'm kind of on the fence if I should even put it on this channel. It's a fun rig. It's a little pickup truck. Yeah, and let me know. I know this channel is about diesels, but if you guys want to see more of the gasoline-powered engines that I'm surrounded with, and I'm not talking about a Civic that's a 1.5. I'm talking about the big block stuff, you know, the big boy. In essence, the replacement for diesel. You know, I got that 8.1 Yukon I absolutely love. It's a beast. If you guys want to see more of that, let me know. And then my fun toy. You know, that thing's a 6.2 supercharged. You know, if you guys want to see more of these big block, big engines, I will put them on this channel. And I know this channel is about diesel. But if you guys, you know, let me know in the comment section. We'll go from there. Anyways, boys, I'm missing a couple phone calls. I better get at it. As always, may the Lord bless you. May you almighty fine day. As always, God bless. Take care of yourself. Bye.